So hi, this is Jeannie, and this is Dreams to Reality. It's a coaching session, so I'm going to be doing this as frequently as possible. So I'm in a coaching call with someone, and um, just to outline what we're going to discuss today, and this is my dog Bacon, as you can see. So he's part of the coaching, and he's a coaching dog. Anyway, so there she is. Okay, well, she's getting in the chat. Uh, Hi. So this is being recorded right now. So we were going to discuss the four keys with this is my dog. So he's joining. So we were going to discuss the four keys briefly. So what are the four keys? Clarity, clearing, subconscious reprogramming, and aligned action. So if you have a goal, so it's the new year is coming up, and I want people to be what you call that, to okay, there's that. So I want people to really think of a goal that they want by next year. um so think of like a major goal that you want to accomplish within the next 3 to 6 months, and it starts now. So for me, I have a goal of my books. So my books are what you call that, my priority for the upcoming year. So if you can share a goal, Joanne, can you share a goal? Let me see. Let me unmute her. I think she's muted. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So what's your goal for the year? Like within 3 to 9 months?
3 to 9 months. Kana, makakuan tag balik work sa barko.
So her goal is to so her goal is to go back to work. She used to work
Back to
was it like a mini yacht, or what kind of, can you describe what you
luxury. Yeah, it's a luxury. It's a diving live aboard.
so
Luxury yachts, diving live aboard.
okay, so luxury, uh what you call luxury raft. So she used to work for how many years?
Yachts. 2016 to 2 years. For
Oh,
2 years.
for 3 years. So that
Before
was
the pandemic.
okay. So yeah, because the pandemic slowed everything down. So the thing
Yeah.
we have to be aware is there's also like what they call hermetic principles, or the universal principles, which is life has, I think this is the law of rhythm. We have ups and downs. So
Yes.
definitely the pandemic was one of the downs, and personally and globally as well. So we have to also respect that even if we're working with manifestation, there's laws we need to work with, and one of them is the law of um, rhythm, which is there's highs and lows. So the lows was you lost your job, right? You couldn't work in the cruise industry or the luxury,
Yachts.
yeah, luxury yachts. So there's also another law which really is a universal law, and it's called the law of, like, it's the law, like, the seeds. When you plant the seed, it's the law of sowing. So right now,
Sorry.
we're gonna sow a new seed, because the law of, I'm just gonna mute you for a bit.
See?
Okay, so because the law of sowing is when you, what you call that, when you plant a new seed. So when you plant a new seed, you first have to be clear. So that's where the 4 keys come, the clarity, be clear on what you want, clearing what gets in the way, subconscious reprogramming, and aligned action. So clarity is trying to determine right now what seed do you want to plant within the next 3 to 9 months, up to a year. So when you say clarity, you really have to be clear what your end goal is. And so right now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna ask Joanne to really be clear by describing exactly what she wants to manifest. So I'm gonna ask you to unmute yourself and you're gonna describe.
Uh, Give me signal. There.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah.
I guess.
So okay. So what do you want to be clear about?
Preoccupied ka sa mga household work.
Okay. So sometimes when we are doing something other than what we want to accomplish, it's called self-sabotage, or it's called distractions.
Distraction.
So, but that can mean that there's an underlying, like, in your subconscious mind, there's an underlying, like, a block. Um, so right now, so before we go to the clearing, what gets in the way, can we ask you to describe the end result? Like, let's say right now you already accomplished your goal. Where are you going to be at? Like, where do you see yourself at? Let's say today is the day that you started working in that new job. So what are you doing? Where are you? How does it feel like?
Like na happy kayo go back to work na sa Palau Island.
Okay, so Palau Island. So where do you feel that in your body?
Sa heart.
So it's a heart. Okay.
Yeah, it feel like
And what do you see? Like, what do you see?
there's islands, water, clear water.
And what do you, what temperature, like, is there any weather, temperature,
It's a clear, kanang sunny weather.
sunny weather? So it's warm.
Warm, yeah.
Okay, do you hear any sounds?
The waves,
Oh, sound of the
the
wave.
waves.
So yeah,
Yeah.
so we're asking her to describe exactly, because that's how we get clarity. We really want to be clear on our end result, and her end result is she wants to go to Palau and within the next 3 to 9 months, and she
Yes.
wants to experience all of that. And do you have any, like, financial goals, or no? You just want to work there?
Financial goal.
You don't have to describe the amount, but do you have
Ah,
any other goals related to your goal, or like, or do you still, because you can make something better. I know you had that job before, but you can create something new and better. Maybe is it higher paying than your last job,
ah,
or do you want to be
much better, highest paying.
okay? So you want to be paid like at least 1.5 times more or 2 times more than the last one?
All right, yes. Times to that run the last previous work. Times to what?
Okay.
Times 3.
Let's see. So, do you feel any resistance when you say, I'm gonna go back to Palau, but I'm gonna earn times 3? Do you feel any, like, discomfort in your body?
discomfort.
Or like
Um,
heaviness, because I noticed that when you said times 3, I instantly felt like there was like some heaviness on your heart or doubts.
kuan na, doubts, a little bit doubts kay kuan man ka na, in applying or availability of and the position.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know.
So that's the thing. Sometimes when we use our conscious mind, so we have 3 levels of mind: the subconscious mind, which runs all, it runs the show actually, because once you add the
Yeah,
program in, it runs everything, including doubts, worry. Um,
yeah,
and then her conscious mind is, our conscious mind is only aware of the present moment and the past. So what she's doing right now, Joanne, is like she's remembering, right? That like I think it's impossible right now because the pandemic happened, and it's never happened before. I never earned 3 times my income before, so there's like doubt from the subconscious mind. But that's the thing, we're going to work with a higher level of mind, which is the superconscious mind.
superconscious.
Yeah, so the superconscious mind, just to give a brief background, it's like um, we can access this during meditation, and sometimes we access this through a process which I do, magnetic recode, and we can also access this through prayer, right? So remember,
Yeah,
when we pray, it's not our conscious mind we're accessing; it's the superconscious, it's the higher consciousness.
superconscious.
Yeah, and sometimes we are in that state where we're able to ask exactly for what we want and then we receive it. But then sometimes it's not consistent. Sometimes prayers are not answered um consistently as well. So, and the reason being that there's something that needs to be cleared. So what we're going to be working right now is we're going to clear Joanne for what gets in the way, because the subconscious reprogramming is not subconscious reprogramming, but the 4 keys involves clarity. So she already achieved clarity, clearing, clearing what gets in the way. So we're going to work on the unwanted beliefs that is possibly blocking her from achieving her goal, because she already worked in Palau before, but she hasn't, because of the pandemic, things, the downturn, things just, what you call that, didn't, the jobs just disappeared. But right now I'd like to tell you, I'm just gonna mute that for a bit because there's a dog. So I'd like to tell you that here in America, there's actually excess jobs, and everywhere around the world as well, in Western countries, there's more jobs than people taking the jobs, because what happened during the pandemic, a lot of people quit their jobs and then they just moved to another industry. So in America, actually, especially America, there's actually like more jobs than there are people taking the job. So it's not a question of will you be able to find work. It's more like your conscious mind and your subconscious mind is blocking you from seeing um like that there's an opportunity. So we're gonna clear that. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna do a magnetic recode. I think she's had this before. So basically what it does, we access that higher conscious or level of mind, right? um, because this higher level of mind is super conscious, it sees everything, it can see, it's like an elevator. So the subconscious mind is the basement, it forms the foundation of the mind and our experience. And then there's the conscious mind, which can only see maybe up to 2 floors. It can see the past, it can see the present moment, and it can see like what other people are seeing right now. They don't, the conscious mind doesn't see possibilities. The superconscious mind is like going to the penthouse of the building, like going to an elevator, right? And then you're at the penthouse or at the rooftop, you can see everything. So that's how the superconscious mind works. But the superconscious mind also is connected to the field of infinite possibilities. And what is the field of infinite possibilities? It is so our belief is in manifestation, that the universe is surrounding us, and with our intention, we can actually like create things with our intention. We create through intention, and our thoughts. So sometimes, because her Joanne's basement and everybody's basement always has like um resistance or like limiting beliefs or experiences, the conscious mind has experiences. um what happens is the elevator's not working, so we're right now stuck maybe somewhere between the basement and then the conscious mind. So we're stuck. So we want Joanne to go up, right? So, and we need to make the elevator work, so to speak. So the way the superconscious mind works is it sees the patterns, all the possible patterns, patterns from the past, patterns from this reality, and patterns from the possible future. Um, and we're just removing the resistance so that Joanne can go up, 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 up to the, and she can see and she can connect to the field of infinite possibilities. Another way I'd like to use another metaphor for the working with a superconscious mind is, let's say there's a river, right? So Joanne, let's say there's a river and your goal is at the other side of the river, right? So, but there's a huge block, there's a huge, what do you call that? A huge boulder or a rock that's blocking the flow of water, right? So when we use the magnetic recode, we work with a huge boulder. So we can just maybe move it a bit for now, because it may take a few sessions for us to move the boulder all the way, but we can move it maybe a little so that the water can start flowing, right? Because right now I think she's experiencing resistance. She's working on other stuff not related to her goal. So this is her goal, but because of subconscious blocks and beliefs and her agenda as well, her unconscious or subconscious agenda, she's like, instead of going towards her goal, she's like doing like that. So she's doing things other than her goal. So what we're going to do is we're going to start like aligning her, and we're going to remove the biggest block that will allow the river to flow. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to work with the unwanted beliefs, which more than likely, usually as well, is preventing most people from achieving their goals. So I'm just going to connect to Joanne's. Can we unmute you again? Okay, so
Okay.
we're gonna work on one of the 6 unwanted beliefs. Okay, so I just want you to hear it out. The 6 unwanted beliefs are: I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, I don't belong, I'm not perfect, I'm not capable, and I'm not significant. So with your permission, so Joanne, is it possible that we can connect with your super conscious? Can you allow me to connect with your super conscious?
Yes.
Yeah. So the reason is everybody is connected to the super conscious field, but we still have to respect the boundaries. Um, and I know that people are familiar with the connection. I just want to describe this connection. It's like, when you talk about someone, right? It happens all a lot, and then suddenly they're in the room or they call, right? Has that happened to you?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's happened to me a
Yeah.
lot of times. It's like
Mm.
we call it like speaking of the devil, like they walk in, right? So because we are
Yes.
all, yeah, we are all connected. We have a connection. Um,
Yes.
so what I'm doing is I'm connecting to Joanne's super conscious, her field, so that we can remove some resistances, because we won't be able to do it in one session. Okay, so and you have to come back next week or within the week
Yes.
for an additional session. Okay. Um, so since she already asked, gave me permission, so I'm gonna go with So I'm gonna ask her superconscious. So what do we need to work on superconscious right now? And you can close your eyes. You can close your eyes. What is it that we need to work on right now that will allow Joanne to move in the direction of her goals rather than, doing something that's not really in alignment with her goals and her end result? Um, what unwanted belief can we work on right now, or should we work on right now that will have the highest impact on Joanne moving forward? Is it number one? Is it number two? Is it number three? Is it number four? Is it number five? Is it number six? So it's number one. It says, I'm not good enough. So
I'm
people,
good enough.
yeah. So you may believe that and this happens to everybody, like they may believe that, oh, I'm good enough, I'm worthy, but there's always an unconscious agenda that's limiting them. Okay. Okay. So Joanne, when you say I'm not, I'm not good enough, where do you feel it in your body?
Mm, my body, I, I don't feel anything. If you say I'm not good enough, for me, I'm good enough.
Yeah. So for yourself, okay. Yeah, but she's smile. Yeah, okay. Um, okay, so let's just say when you say I'm good enough, what do you feel when you say I'm good enough?
I feel it in my heart.
And do you feel that this is 100% true?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so right now it's saying that her superconscious saying that I have to work on I'm not good enough. But right now her conscious mind is saying that it's not something we need to work on. Okay, if you can recall, when was the time, how old were you when you felt like um you were not good enough?
11 30 days, I think.
11 years old?
Uh, s- uh, 7, 7, grade 1.
Oh.
Yes,
Uh,
7.
so what made you feel that you were not good enough at 7 years old? What happened to you?
When we do reading on the board, I cannot read fast. That's not good enough. Maybe I cannot read and something.
Okay, yes. So sometimes a memory from the past, so when you're a child, sometimes you take it so personally, like, and you take it with you. So 7 years old. Okay, so is it okay if we bring that 7-year-old version of you in the front, and then with love? Okay. And right now, since you are of a certain age, you're no longer 7 years old. Is it okay if you talk to that 7-year-old version of you and tell that person, tell that version of you, like, it's okay that you can't read fast enough?
Yes.
Can you
Um,
talk to her right now?
yes, Joe. Uh, you're sige, isultian ako.
So,
Kina-goosebump ako, nagtingding, I feel tingding sensation all over my body.
oh, okay. So, yeah. So 7 years old, can you say, hey, Joe, myself, like my version of myself?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Joe. Yeah.
It's okay.
It's okay, but it's okay that you cannot read fast. You cannot read, or you cannot write fast. You cannot catch up everything. It's okay.
It's okay. You're good. You're
Be-
good enough.
yeah, you're good enough because my parents, both parents are very old already, that no one can guide me in school.
Ah,
That's why
okay.
I go to school by myself. No one's guided me. And in assignment and in the lesson, the lecture, no one's guided me. That's why feeling I'm not good enough that time.
It's okay. I mean,
Yes. Yeah.
even if you feel that at that time, it's not, can you tell her that with love,
Yes.
I
Yeah.
understand
Don't
you?
worry. Yes, I understand because after that, you're doing your best. And in the second grade, grade 8, grade 10, you are all loved by everybody. You're loved by the teacher. Then you get the higher grade. During your graduation, you get 98 and then 7, and that's your good enough already.
Okay. Okay. So I'm just gonna be explaining to someone that's watching this. Sometimes
Yeah.
our our part of ourself is not aware that we already got old, that we already were able to surpass that event in our life. So Joanne, can you hug that 7-year-old version of yourself? And can you tell her, like, it's okay, you're safe, and just yeah, just hug her and just
Yeah.
send her love and acceptance. And allow her to, and ask her if she can contribute to you, to the main personality, the version of you that's here right now, so that she can contribute. So what does she say? Is she okay with her like joining and contributing to you?
Yes. Sorry.
Okay. So super conscious, um, can you see this? And can you please do a massive change history on, you know, the 7-year-old version and the other iterations of Joanne, like her present moment as well, that's being affected by the belief that she's not good enough because of that version of her life before, or that experience in her life. Can you see this? And can you gently treat this? And please do a massive change history and everything on it. Okay. So I want you to hug yourself right now. Just really feel the hug right now. Like squeeze yourself, hugging
Yeah.
yourself,
Yeah. I feel relief.
and then just let it go, release.
Yeah. Relief.
Yeah. And then just go in love and in peace, and just try forgive yourself, because we not, I think everybody can relate to this. Not everybody has a good and ideal childhood, but it doesn't mean that that's going to stop us from achieving our goals. And okay, so you can open your eyes now. So how do you feel?
I feel relief.
Okay,
I'm
so
crying. That's why naghuot akong dughan. But I feel relief when I'm hugging myself.
that's good. So anytime you feel that, you just hug yourself and you just send love to yourself, it's like, okay, it's okay. I'm okay. I made it through
Yes.
my 7-year-old version. Like I surpassed it. And you said you were your teacher's favorite. And then everything, you turned out to be a great person. So it's good. You're okay. And so, what you call that? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna also work on how do you retrain your conscious and unconscious mind to work in alignment with your goal? So we removed that block already, right? So we released
Yeah.
it. Okay. So so the unconscious mind is needs to be reprogrammed because you have a new goal right now. You want to earn 3 times the amount. So what you can do is through repetition or maybe through visualization. I think for me, visualization is best.
Yes.
So every morning
Yes.
before you get up, before you sleep, you visualize that, oh, this is how it feels earning 3 times the amount. And then I'm in the
Yes.
beach or I'm in the yacht and I'm like, it's my rest day or something. Just lock in that moment and do that for the next 3 to 9 months or until you reach your goal. And just randomly throughout the day, and this is an advanced method as well, you just bring up that picture in the back of your head. So bring that picture. So take a snapshot of that picture. Can you take a snapshot of that picture, your perfect day? You said you could hear the
Yes.
waves, you could see the blue
Yes.
clear water, and you could feel the sunny
Yeah.
weather.
Yeah. Lot.
So take a
Yes.
snapshot of that right
Lovely.
now. Take a snapshot and also the feeling too.
Yeah.
What do you feel right now?
Happy. Happy and excited.
Okay, so
Excellent.
so can you lock in, like take a snapshot of that right now? 1, 2, snapshot. Okay. And then with that,
Legit.
yeah, with that snapshot, bring it to the back of your head. So randomly
Yes.
throughout the day, you're just gonna remember that, take that snapshot and just
Yes.
remember it. So aside from the ritual of Monday, not Monday, but like Mondays to Fridays, Mondays to Saturdays, or Sundays in the morning and in the evening, aside from that ritual, maybe you write it down and visualize. Also bring out throughout the day
Yeah.
a snapshot. So you're actually giving your unconscious mind a new instruction. You're planting the seed. And but because
Okay.
I'm always about aligned action. So what do you think are the top 2 things that you can do right now that will lead you to your goal? And I want you to work on that for the next, week or so. Like, what's the top 2 things that you can do? Like,
Preparing my document,
yeah, number 1, preparing your
renewing
document.
the
Okay, what else?
documents, then renew all trainings needed to go on board.
Okay, so that's it, the top 2. And when are you going to start working on those goals?
Yes,
Do you have to put
tomorrow.
a tomorrow? Okay. So I'm gonna follow up on that. You have to message me, okay, that you're doing it. And
Yes.
sometimes even just gathering your documents, putting it in front of you, any action really helps. For me, any action, because with me, I'm a writer. I just like put the laptop in and then I'm just like, oh, I don't feel like, but I still have to. But because I did the magnetic recode, it's so easy for me because we remove that block. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So now, so I want you to write down your action steps and let's, if you have a calendar, you're going to say Monday, tomorrow, I'm going to do this at like that, this time I have.
Yes.
So because sometimes if you don't put a deadline, so your conscious mind is like, yeah, it's okay, I can just put it off.
Mm.
Sometimes if you have a deadline that this is what I need to do by Monday, it makes your conscious mind and your unconscious mind realize like, oh, this woman is serious, um,
Mhm.
and just to reiterate, that's why the 4 keys are really important, because it's not just being clear on what you want and clearing what gets in the way. The magnetic recode, what we did with her, talking to her superconscious mind, that helps remove the block. But at the end of the day, we have to retrain our unconscious mind, to take that snapshot that new instruction and just remind it like, hey, this is where I want to go. This is where I want to go. So you have that snapshot already. It was very clear. I could feel her snapshot of her end goal. So throughout the day, she has to remind her unconscious mind, like, hey, this is your new destination, new instructions, because the unconscious mind works by repetition. And if you don't program it regularly or on a daily basis, it's just gonna say like, it's like waiting for your order. And let's say you ordered a meal at a restaurant, right? And then it's been taking like an hour and like you're still not asking the waiter. So you have to always like remind like, hey, where are we now? Maybe that's not the best analogy, but daily reminder of where you want to go. And because the unconscious mind needs that, it needs that instruction maybe frequently. And because we have to change the current reality, the picture of the current reality with a new one, and you can only do that through repetition. And so for me, the fourth key is for me the most important aspect, which is aligned action, because we have a physical body and we
Align.
live in a physical reality or a physical plane, and we need to use our body to take action. So, okay. And how do you feel right now? Like, do you feel that,
I feel light. I
huh?
feel light. Light in
Okay.
my body.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, I did feel that as well. It was very, very amazing. So, okay, so we're gonna ground everything right now. Close your eyes. So, super conscious, we're gonna ground Joanne, we're gonna ground me as well. We're gonna ground it into the matrix of this reality. So, inhale, hold, exhale, hold, inhale, hold, exhale, hold, inhale, hold, and exhale, hold. Okay, and now we're going. Okay, that's it. Okay, and thank you very much. I'm gonna end the recording,
Yeah,
not
thank you.
necessarily the meeting, but I'll be discussing off the camera with Joanne. But that's essentially it. The four keys. It sounds easy, but the process, it's actually more like, we never know. Like when I came to this coaching session, I didn't know that I was gonna go back to her childhood because the block was there, right? And that's how the conscious mind is. So sometimes it doesn't remember, but when we asked it to remember, it remembered like, oh my, it was the event from like when she was 7 years old. So the conscious mind is not aware of so many things because it just wants to like deal with the present moment. And unless you bring up the past, it's not gonna come up. But because we were working with a higher level of mind,
Yeah.
we were able to like, oh, that's it, that's exactly the timeline that needs to be like fixed. So okay, and I'll end the call, but I'll end the recording, but I won't end the call. And to people that are watching this, thank you very much, and we'll be doing more of this for the next year. Like, yeah, it's my new year's resolution as well, taking aligned action. Okay.